deployed, both armed and unarmed, across London in order to achieve that aim.
Gunshots fired, gunshots fired.
I've told you what information I have, and we will continue to keep you updated as we find things out. I'm not prepared to speculate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to thank you very much for your time here this evening. I would absolutely stress to the public, our number one priority working with our partners is to keep London safe. If people have information, please dial the number 0800 789 321. But most importantly, if people see anything suspicious, dial 999 if they think it's an emergency. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
We've just heard a member of the Scotland Yard who's given updates on what has happened so far. A number is going out there to people who have any information whatsoever as to what has just happened. He says the priority is to keep London safe, which we listened in earlier, but there's the much we know. We do have a correspondent on the ground who has been following this story. Freelance journalist Shola Ladenika is in Westminster area right now. He's joining us via telephone. Shola, I'm glad you could join us. Oh, he's on Skype. Great. Shola, I'm glad you could join us on The World today. So what do we know at this point about this incident?
Well, as you've just been saying, there have been at least 2 incidents happening today. We understand that the police officer was stabbed earlier on this afternoon, and as soon as the other police officers recognized that, immediately the person was gunned down. And also there was also a separate incident where a car was driven straight, aimed at pedestrians and anybody. The car was also just quite a lot of things happening right now. Even as I speak, there are lots of helicopters all over the sky, just roaming around. But like I said earlier, there were 2 incidences. One where the police officer was stabbed and the alleged victim was shot down, and also the other one where the car was just driving and trying to hit as many people as possible.
From where you are, Shola, sorry to interrupt you, but where you are, what can you see? What's the situation where you are right now?
Well, unfortunately, everywhere is cordoned off. All we can see and we can hear right now is helicopters just hovering around. The whole of Westminster is on a shutdown. Even the Westminster Tube station has been closed down due to advice from the police officers. But we also know that Theresa May is safe, so there is no problem with our Prime Minister. But everybody's just anxious, everybody's just waiting to see what is happening. I have quite a number of journalists also who are around. Everybody's just trying to find out what's happening so far.
Have you been able to speak to any of the people who live in that area, any residents who have told you, perhaps who may have seen the incident or who may have witnessed, something related to the incident today?
No, everybody's still speculating. Those who were actually who witnessed the scenes have not been able to speak to anybody directly who actually witnessed what happened. But there's been a lot of information flying around, and I'm afraid to say that many of them we cannot ascertain as of now. But the fact still remains that, yes, a police officer was stabbed, and the alleged person who stabbed the police officer was shot dead.
Shola Ladenika, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on The World today. We'll be reaching out to you for more updates on this story. But here's what we know so far. Investigations are already ongoing by the police. They're treating this as a terror attack. We understand 1 other person has been confirmed dead. We have a casualty on the ground. There are appeals, though, from the police for people to avoid following the areas on Victoria Street and Westminster area. The whole area is on lockdown. And as Shola said, even the tube station has also been shut down. The investigation is led by the by the Counter-Terrorism Command of the police. The police is reviewing the security situation across London, and the public should report any situation to the police. That was the briefing that took place while we were away on the break. So the Mayor of London has described the situation as very serious. He's asked the Commissioner of Police to embark on thorough investigation. He sent a message of condolence out to those who have been injured. So far, 2 people, now we understand, have been killed in the attack. Many more have been hurt. They're being attended to by security agencies. A developing story. We'll be bringing you details as they unfold. In other news now, the U.S. says restrictions on certain electronic devices are being announced because of intelligence reports suggesting a terror threat to U.S.-bound flights. Shortly after the U.S. announced the restrictions, the U.K. followed suit, but has given clear parameters of devices not allowed. It says devices more than 16 centimeters by 9.3 centimeters, tablets and laptops will not be allowed into the passenger cabins. Smartphones, however, do not make the list. Inbound flights on 9 airlines operating out of 10 airports in 8 countries are subject to the ban by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, is hosting a 2-day meeting of ministers and senior officials from 68 nations to discuss the threat from the Islamic State. The 9 airlines covered by the ban are Royal Jordanian, Egypt Air, Turkish Airlines, Saudi Arabian Airlines, Kuwait Airlines, Royal Air Maroc, Qatar Airways, Emirates and Etihad Airways. The British ban, on the other hand, covers direct passenger flights to the UK from Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan, Egypt, Tunisia and Saudi Arabia. Our correspondent in Washington, D.C., Maria Bird, joins us now on the program. Maria, it's great to have you join us. I mean, coming back from what's been happening in the UK, it's clear to see why the US and UK government probably initiated this restriction. What are the specifics, though, that we know about this ban, this restriction on electronic devices on passenger air flights? Well, we do seem to have lost connection with Maria. We'll try to reconnect with her. You probably couldn't hear her, so I couldn't either. But the airports of the countries affected have begun receiving instructions from U.S. transport authorities to implement the ban. Spokesperson for Egypt Air says that they're beginning implementation on Friday. Residents in Cairo, however, are not happy with the new regulations. So are Turks, who complained yesterday. Many of them were headed for non-U.S. destinations, reclaiming their laptops after security scans at the Atatürk Airport in Istanbul. Wednesday, EasyJet passengers from Turkey and Egypt bound for the UK were already told to put large electronic devices on hold. The airline said passengers would face extra security checks and advised them to arrive early at the airports. Well, that's the world today. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani.